Hi, I'm Katy Ganz. I'm the speech therapist for the Tuscarawas County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and I'm here with you today with another video blog to help parents through these hard times. So today I have 10 games that you can do in a small space. So if you're feeling cooped up with that cold weather outside, here's some games you can play. Number 1, I Spy. And the traditional I Spy usually involves colors. I spy something yellow, I spy something orange. But I prefer mixing it up and instead using things like textures or shapes. I spy something soft. I spy something round. I spy something that has bumps. That can be a really good way to get kids to use adjectives, especially our kiddos who struggle with descriptive language. And it stretches our brain to really look around the room and see how we describe our environment. Number 2. How about doing the fishbowl game? If you have kids who can read, or if you have kids who can draw, you can play this game. You take a fishbowl, or just a big bowl in general, and some paper cut into small pieces. You're going to write a word or draw something on the paper until you have maybe 20 different items in the bowl. Then you as a family can draw different items to try and get each other to guess what it is, but you can't use that word. You have to use other words to describe it. Again, this is a great game for using those adjectives and descriptive language. You can also have kids instead act out what it is, so making it more of a charade style game. I like doing paper bag chin relays. This is where you take paper bags and you put them out on the floor. You can do as many as you want. I recommend at least 4. They can be lunch bags or the bigger bags if you have them. Then you have to use your chin to catch the paper bags. You have to bend down and pick them up with your chin and take them to the other side of the room or wherever your end point is. It's a good active game, but it doesn't require a lot of space because the challenge is getting the paper bag under your chin. Not to mention, it makes for great home movies. Hilarious. Another one that's pretty funny is when you do the elephant stocking relay. This is where you take water bottles, empty water bottles usually, and you put them in a row. Then you put a pantyhose on your head with a golf ball in it. Lucky for me, I didn't have any pantyhose. Otherwise, this was probably the portion I'd be showing you right now. You have to put your head down like an elephant and knock over the water bottles one by one. Again, there's not a lot of space required here because you can do maybe 4 water bottles. You can time the kids to see how long it takes, or if you have enough space, you can go 1-on-1 and put 4 water bottles on 2 lines. Next, one of my favorite things to do is to make a toilet paper web and then see if the kids can get through it. This is great for small hallways or tiny closets. You just string the toilet paper from wall to wall and then see who can get through it, breaking the least amount of toilet paper. I know toilet paper is expensive in these times, so you can also do it with string or streamers or crepe paper if you're more comfortable saving your toilet paper for those emergencies. How about a marshmallow race? If you have a table or any kind of flat surface, you can take a straw and some marshmallows and race across the table to see who gets to the end. You have to blow on the marshmallow with the straw to move it down the table. This is a great oral motor activity for kids who are younger, maybe preschoolers who haven't learned how to blow bubbles yet, or maybe have trouble drinking through a straw. It's a lot of fun. You could also use pom-poms if you don't have marshmallows, or cotton balls. You can even see which one goes the fastest or which one works better. So make it kind of like an experiment. I also recommend, if you have one of those old tissue boxes, there's nothing more fun than doing a ping pong tissue box game. You've got ping pong balls, you fill them in the tissue box. Then you have the person wear the tissue box around their waist. You're gonna put some ribbon on it and tie it around the kid's waist. Gotta have 2. And then we're gonna see who can jiggle and bounce around enough to get all the ping pong balls out of their tissue box. Lots of fun, lots of movement. Again, doesn't require a lot of space. You don't need a whole gymnasium to have those kids get their wiggles out. Lastly, how about a dice tongue depressor relay, where you take a tongue depressor and put it in your mouth, and then you have to stack the dice and walk across the room. You can see who can get the most dice stacked up on their tongue depressor and get across the room. You can also stack other things and try different materials again and see what works the best. And lastly, the donut game. Donuts are so much fun because they're like giant rings. In this case, you're going to print out or make a little fake donut and you're going to put pencils in it. Then you're going to stand it up a little bit. So it should look like a haystack. You can pull the pencils out, and whoever is the last one to pull the last pencil out before the donut falls loses. It's especially fun if you have donuts to give the winner. That's really the fun part. So I hope you enjoyed all these games for small spaces. Next week, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite children's books all about germs and how to stay healthy. Because I think it's important our kids know right now the importance of germs and staying healthy. If you have any ideas for me, feel free to put them in the comments, and have a happy and safe rest of your week. Thanks.